And welcome back to the 100% opinionated review of Civilizations in Age of Empires 2. As today we're moving on to the Celts, an infantry civilization. Well, the Celts all hold a special place in all our hearts, as we went back and played the William Wallace learning campaign. Oh yes, as we fought Edward Longshanks and the treasonous Britons, realizing that Ensemble has some sort of hatred towards the Britons for no apparent reason, putting you against them in 2 straight campaigns to start the game, and even a little bit in the Saladin one as well. Yeah, they do have Saltines and Britons, but we're moving on to the Celts. And this civilization, I've played a fair bit, but they've definitely been on the back burner for a long time in relevance for my game playing. As you can see, they don't have crop rotation or 2-man saw. Not a huge deal, but that is a loss. Architecture and Bombard Tower missing. No one cares about the Bombard Tower. Some people will get salty about the architecture. Again, not a huge deal. They do not have plate barding armor, bracer, or ring archer armor. But let's be honest, we're not using the Celts for archers or calves, so it's not a huge deal. Bombard cannon missing. Who cares? You got siege onagers and rams. That's good enough. Oh, I'm dying. Oh no, just kidding. As you can see, they have everything in the castle. Good. Their monastery is obnoxiously trash. As you can see, they don't get redemption, atonement, elimination, block printing, or theocracy. Yeah, no one really cares about that one, but it's trash overall. Their navy, just because they don't get fast fire ship, is mediocre. Their cav is pretty good, I want to say, but they don't get plate barding armor, so it's good, but not great. It could be great if they add that. Infantry, they don't get squires. That is sort of a loss, because there's nothing more annoying than slow infantry, but their castle unit will make up for it, as we will see. Their archery is actually pretty bad, because they don't get thumb ring. Whenever you don't have thumb ring, your archery automatically loses an entire grade point, in my opinion. Ugh. Okay, I think I'm back. Okay. I'm like dying a little right now. Let me have some water real quick here. I'm out of water. That's great. Anyway, their special points. Infantry move 15% faster, so apparently I'm stupid and didn't realize that this just cancels out. And it works even better. Lumberjacks work 15% faster. That could be useful if you're trying to make a bunch of siege and you need a bunch of wood. Siege weapons fire 20% faster. Very good. If you want to just bring the onagers upon them. Not much you can do with that speed. Sheep not converted if in the 1 Celt unit's line of sight. Okay, I guess that's useful for early game, but pretty worthless later on. So that is literally their one okay thing out of all this that no one really cares about. Their unique unit is the Ward Raider, of course. The infamous Ward Raider. They're pretty cheap. They just cost a fair amount of food, but that's not a big deal. So it's their cheap gold price at 25. They're quick, they're fast, they're effective, but can be taken down by some long bowmen if you have enough. Alright, moving on to the unique techs. Stronghold. Castles and towers fire 20% faster. Okay, that's useful. For Celtica, Siege Workshop units have 40% HP. Plus 40% HP. That is very good. So their siege is very much overpowered. I would argue that they should be called an infantry and siege civilization. Especially with the team bonus that I'm just seeing right here. With their siege workshops working 20% faster. 20% faster. Add that on top of the plus 40 HP and the firing 20% faster. I would argue, now this is a very controversial opinion, that they're more of a siege civilization than an infantry civilization. Now, I want to hear your opinions in the comments below, because I know there's going to be that one guy, or at least several hundred, saying, oh, they don't have bombard cannons. They're not a real siege civilization. And I would argue, okay, no one really cares about that, let's be honest. It just kills half your units half the time. And, yeah, I mean, everything else is solid. Plus, they get all the buffs on top of it. I'm not saying they aren't an infantry civilization. I'm just saying they're more of a siege workshop civilization. And I want to get some conversation going on here about getting that infantry and siege civilization added to that. They should add that onto the definitive edition. I'm asking for this. Get on it, you guys. Good old Canadian kids. I don't know if they're actually Canadian, but we're moving on to the overall rating of this civilization. The Celts are a good civ. They're a very good civ. But can I put them in the same category as the Byzantines? No, not at all. But I can give them, however, as you can see, they do lack an archery range. Their cav is rather mediocre, along with navy and monastery. They have two really good redeeming factors: infantry and siege. Now, I think you can make that work pretty much any game. That's a very good combination. However, I do not think that is enough to put them as a Byzantines class. I am going to give them, now I'm going to get a bunch of bashing, but I don't care, this is my opinion, alright? I'm going to give them a B+, because they're a very good civilization, but they're just missing too much to be a solid all-round civilization like the Byzantines. So yeah, that's my opinion. Leave the comments below on what you think of the Celts, and I'll be back next time with the Chinese. Oh boy, I'll see you then. Peace.